Hi family, I hope you're good. I hope you're feeling blessed. It's your sister Pusha Mao again. I am really sorry. I don't know what's happening with my phone, but it, like when I'm busy uploading it, doing a video, it cut off. But I'll check everything, but I'll continue with that story again. Just like the other video, it cut off, and this one as well. So I'm continuing. So she says she did not go to Cape Town as the initial plan between her and her aunt. She went and stayed in Port Elizabeth, where she met a man, and they stayed together and had a son. And she went to tell her aunt, and just after telling her aunt that she had gotten a son, when she arrived, something went wrong and her son passed away. So her aunt was like, no, I told you, don't go where these people, I'm telling you, the people that did that to your mother, my sister, are the ones who are behind your life. They don't want you to succeed. I think you're the very cause of why my sister died, because these people are jealous, and she believed. So she was like, and every time her aunt tells her where to go, she's not going where her aunt told her to go. She says she also did not turn back and go to the father of her child who passed away, because her aunt was discouraging her of that relationship. She was telling her that if the man wants you and loves you for who you are, the man must marry you. So just try to get a job, go to Cape Town, try to get a job. You and the man will work things out and everything. But she did not do that. Obviously, she did not do that not only because of what her aunt said, but there were problems in a relationship. So she just, after her son's death and her healing, certain months that you stay back home, she went to Johannesburg. She came to Johannesburg. So when she came to Johannesburg, she says she did not know anyone. She became like from this man just for like a night, like just to have like to pass a night. Then she will leave that, went there, did that, she says I ended up getting with girls from Eastern Cape as well that are into this business, the business. And she ended up joining there, and then there were fights. She was introduced to alcohol. She was introduced to all kinds of lifestyle. Her life was not going anywhere, She says she ended up luckily meeting. That's what she says. Luckily, from now, I met another man who wanted to start something serious with her from the roads, and then they stayed together. She's telling me her story, family, and when they stayed together, she did not know that the man was a thief, like a high serious criminal, so she was treated nice like a queen, The man loved the fact that she went to school and everything. But the problem was the man was still a criminal. So the men would treated her good, but they were always fighting because the men loved different women, cheating, that type of life. So one day the men had, I don't know, drugs and other things in the house, and left her in the house without telling her that, you know what, remove the things, the police are looking for me. So the police came in and arrested her. So she went to jail. And this man was the person that gave her the first car that she had. So she was arrested and taken in for questioning, and she was freed by God's, I would say by God's grace, she was freed. Family, this lady was acquitted of all those charges. Wasn't just questioning, but she was freed. That's all I can say. So after being freed, now it was the beginning of her running away from this criminal, because this criminal is not arrested, but is not also where to be found, where to be seen. They hide, but wherever she was around, he would come, throw abuses at her, and then when she tries to move on with someone else, he comes, you understand. So it was a very messy life. She said she started now going back again into people's houses, washing, doing laundry for people and all that. It still didn't work up until again. And she's here in the, you know, now she is a serious alcoholic. Now she says life has like moved her from location to location, from Joburg, the city. Now she ended up touring into townships, from townships, you name it, wherever. If say another province, she would come for 2-3 days, come back, meet a man, just like that. So her life was literally in chaos. And then she says, I am now scared to even call back my aunt, because my aunt would say, I told you not to go to the places that you've gone to. I told you to go to Cape Town and start your life there. Yo. So as I listen to her story and I ask her now, you know, my interest is, so Sisi, you know, my heart is still torn on the fact that she is an engineer. I'm like, so your aunt doesn't have her own children, your cousins, maybe your siblings, you don't have? Because her life is honestly pathetic, you know, and I feel so sorry. And she's like, no, my aunt doesn't have children. I was born with my brother who's still in jail. Yo. Like, her life for me was like, I don't understand how can, why, for, but I'm now interested in the mystery behind this person. So I'm like, you know what, I believe you pleased my ancestors from yesterday. Let's go to the shrine. We go to the shrine. So when we go to the shrine, I take the bones, you know, the bones point her problem from where she comes from. The root of the problem is her mother's side. I don't want, because this lady has already narrated her story, so I don't want her thinking that Gogo is now telling me my problems based on what I told her. I look at my bones point her the problem from her mother's side, where she's coming from. Good. Pick up my bones. I say, my sister, now asambe, mtanagama. I say, ngale. You see, ngale, when we go, you listen. I say, oh, okay, go. You know, like, she was so super relieved, happy, excited. Have you ever been so, like, you are just excited that something's gonna come out? You see how when you pray for a breakthrough, she was like that. So when we enter that side, because of what she had told me, I take not the heavy ones. I take the lighter ones just for her to listen, you know. And because she's closer, and you must understand, I'm operating go nyauza also, ne? So I also speak to my things in order to allow the leading closest to come out and speak to this one. So she hears a problem that, no, when the problem with you is your witchcraft started embelekweni, you know, your witchcraft started from home. Your witchcraft was like you have been bewitched by someone that handled you as a baby, and umakazi wako. Haibo. You know, I remember her saying, you makas, just like that. And other people would, you know, there are other people who would have strong instincts, or, you know, they'll tell you that, my God, I had a gut feeling, you know. There was one person who never suspected anybody of anything, you know. Even when she came to me, she just wanted a way out of the life that she had found herself in. She had no evil intentions or evil thoughts about anybody, even telling the whole story of her life. She only blamed herself that maybe my problem started because I did not listen to my aunt, you know. No, unbeknown to her that, no, it's actually the other way around. Something was working behind scenes to protect you from where your aunt wanted to direct you, because where your aunt wanted to direct you is where you were going to meet. You were going to be in a fatal motor accident and you would not make it. So you did not go there because you were pointed and directed somewhere else where your life would be changed. Because you look at her life, the first place she went to, being disobedient to that particular aunt, she even though she was in a very not good relationship, because but she had a son, you know. Now she has never been pregnant anymore. She is like, she was of my age now. You understand? Not that people of my age cannot have kids, or people in their 40s cannot have kids. I'm not saying that. But her life took a turn, all because of her aunt. And she was like, you, Marcus. And I was like, I'm not taking back anything to your aunt. I'm not doing anything, because these ladies, other people would call it energies of the time. Something about this lady just stole my heart. Her innocence and her love. You know, this woman was just someone who had a good heart, didn't think evil of people. You know, she was soft, even in her state of being intoxicated. You know, she was just a humble, you know, loving person. So from there onwards, I said to her, don't worry about that. Let us look at first trying to make you get back to your feet, get back to yourself, you know. And I started working on her. I'm gonna say by God's grace again, family, because it was just God working. I told her, when last did you make a CV? Go make a CV. She was like, whoo, that was a long time ago I made a CV. And I said, okay, go make a CV, you know. Now that I'm working on you, make your CVs and start dropping them in. Family, it was not long. She came back, you know. I got a job, you know, and she was beautiful. She was clean. I could not believe it's her, you know. And from that story, I did not hurt anybody. You know, I used dark motifs as well, because somebody who's dark also did something to her. So I used dark also to remove that, you understand. After using all the dark motifs, like battle ones, I used other ones now to cleanse her, you understand. So she got a job, her first job. 3 months working in this other area, she got another job, and she came to tell me that now I'm moving to another province because I got a better offer there. Hey. So family, that is one story amongst others that always bring me to tears, you know, because sometimes we look far, but actually our enemies are very close, you know. Well, I know God is good. God makes us see these people, family. Well, if you are in a case that looks like this of my sister and you did not see it, and you are a person that was one person, you know, someday, God willing, I may have a video with her, you know. One person that is very humble and good-hearted, you know. And there are people that you just feel sorry and you like, why would someone want to hurt this person? Not that anybody deserves to be hurt, nobody does. But God always works behind scenes. You know, someone was like, Sister Portia, I love your videos. I like watching your videos, but I don't like it when you talk too much of God. But you don't understand. In every part of my life, God was behind scenes, you know, just to show me who he is. Even in this woman's story, I did nobody nothing. God did, you know, because this lady's makazi died. You understand? I did nothing to Makazi. And Makazi did not even die the same time I was working her, or after, when her things, the more she went high, the more her Makazi got sick. And eventually she lost her Makazi. You understand? Because her Makazi was sending people to her. She was afraid to go back to her aunt. You understand? So who worked behind it? So we cannot just tell stories without recognizing God in our lives. Highly impossible. Because God is always behind scenes. So family, never lose hope. Never lose hope. Man's destiny cannot be locked forever. Family, you can tamper with it. Just like Satan tampered with Job. But you can't do it forever. Because destiny was created by somebody that cannot be challenged. And we only say somebody because we want to direct people to him. But he's above a body because he's God without body. You know, he's above all. I don't want to preach. But I want to tell somebody that don't lose hope. God is behind scenes. God is behind scenes. I love you. God loves you more. Stay blessed.